Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and I realized today that I don't think I have ever shown you the September kit, and we do still have a few of these in stock, not many, but we do have a few. But I'm going to show you what you get in the kit, and then I'm going to do a little demo with some of the things that are in the kit. This is the gold foil paper from Jen Hadfield. I'll say that right in a minute. And as you can see, it's beautifully gold foil, and it just looks like a big piece of the cut tree. It'd be so pretty to use like this, or either cut up and use pieces of it on a card or whatever. Now, as you can see, I've already cut this sheet, but this is one of the sheets that comes in the pack. This paper right here. This one. These are some of your browns and more of the fall colors. I'm going to flip through it really quickly. That's cute. It has blessings, gather, sweet, heart, home, love, each. Really pretty. Be pretty for some fall cards or even invitations to your fall events. That's pretty with the little birds. Lots of nice. These are single-sided, but they're very good quality. Isn't that pretty? Little birds. I love that checkerboard. And then here's another one that looks like a big tree stump that's cut or something. I like that. And then here's more cutouts, tags that you could use on your projects. And we're going to use one of these today. This one. That beautiful tree, that's pretty. And then this that has all these cute alphabets on it. I like that. So as you can see, it's more of the browns, and it's got a little bit of pink in it. Isn't that pretty? It's more about home and family, good times, that kind of thing. That's a cute sheet. I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. And then another. This would be great to use in a family tree album or something like that. This would be wonderful. Put little stickers with the names of your different family members on there. Wouldn't that be pretty? And more of those. And then, of course, this sheet. Like I said, sorry, I've already cut it up. But this sheet, and I think that's very pretty too. We're going to be using that one. And then, so there's, let's see, 24 sheets of this that you get, the 12 by 12, and then a piece of really thick chipboard that you could use to make a mini album or whatever. This is 12 by 12 as well. You get one of the VersaFine Olympic Green. It's a very good ink. You get one of those. You get the Wow Embossing Powder, and this is super fine in the gold. Right, hopefully it'll focus in a minute. Well, it's not going to focus on it, but it's gold rich is the color. And then you get a pack of the gold sequins. Let me see if I can pull some of these out of here. Since this is mine, I'll pull a few out. They're kind of a pewter gold. The gold sequins, you get a pack of those. And let's see what else. Oh, you get a Wow Embossing pen, and this is in the clear, so you could put it on just about anything that you want. You could write your name or whatever and use your embossing powder and emboss it, and we'll show you how to do that in a moment. And then you get one of these stamps, and the reason I say one of these is because we had just enough of one to do half of the kits and enough of the other to do the other half of the kits. They're both from Heidi Swapp. They're very good quality stamps. They're just a little bit different, but they both go with the collection, and I'll show you this one on a piece of paper in a minute. I know you can't see it like it is, but this one has the flowers, one of a kind, only you, my love, treasure, special favorite, and that kind of thing on this one. So that's a very cute one. And then this one, let me see if I can pull a paper up here so I can show you this. This one has the My Girl Is, My Boy Is, Special You Are, Beautiful, Unique. And then it has these authentic thankful for you, that kind of thing on there. So that's pretty. And let's see, I think that, yes, that is the kit. Oh, no, that is not the kit. You do get a pack of flowers and leaves. And what did I do with them? Here they are. You get a, and I've already used some out of this, but you get a pack of flowers and leaves, and I think there's about 10 or 12 in here. So they're just the white, but then you can color them if you want to using your embossing powder, and we're going to go over how to do that in just a little bit too. So as I said, there are a few of these kits left. If you want one, as I will leave the link below, and as soon as I get off here, you better go grab it, because I think there are only, I want to say, let's see if I can see them. I think there's 6 or 7 left is all that there is. So, but now we will get on into what we're going to make. Alright, you will need a piece of paper that is 12 by 11. So I'm going to cut this off, and I'm using a thick cardstock. Alright, and on the 11-inch side, you're going to score at 1, at 3.5, at 6, and at 8.5. So that is 1, 3.5, 6, and 8.5. And then you're going to turn it, one turn, and you're going to score at 1/2, at 3, at 9, and at 11.5. So that again is 1/2, 3, 9, 11.5. Okay, so that is your scoring. Put that down if I don't break it. Now I'm going to go ahead like I always do, and I'm going to cut my pieces away. I like to cut them away while it's still flat like this. After I fold, sometimes it messes me up just a little bit, and I need to straighten out a score line. I have got it really, really crooked. There we go. Okay, hold it with this 1 inch. This is my 1 inch line right here. Hold it with that 1 inch line facing you. And we're going to cut away this first score line, that little 1/2, all the way up to this second one right here. We're going to cut these 4 little blocks away. So just cut right down the center of that score line. So we cut that away. And now right here on this block, we're going to cut right down on that score line. So you just need to go right on down on that score line. Just like that. And then go over to the other side and do the same thing. So we're going to cut that away. And then go right down on that score line, just like that. And now you're going to turn it to the side, and each one of these sides, these two, this little box right here, and this box you do not need. So we're going to cut these away, and the way I'm going to do it is, you see that score line right there and right there? I'm going to go in kind of at an angle, so to make this have a little bit of an angle. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. It's easier to show you than to tell you sometimes. Okay, see how I angled that just a little bit? And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wedge out just a little bit of that outside right there. So do the same thing on the other end. Cut at an angle. and then just cut up to the score line, and then just go ahead and take a little bit of a wedge out of that. Just makes it easier when you start putting this together. So you see, that's the way we did right there. And now you're going to just turn it one more time again, and on the bottom you're going to cut up on that score line right there, just like that. You're going to come over to this one, you're going to cut up on that score line, and then again on this side you're going to cut away these two end boxes and leave that middle one, and cut a little bit at an angle, and then just wedge out. And you can wedge out as you're cutting like I did if you want to. I just tried to do it differently a minute ago so that you could see what I was doing. Oops, I need to wedge that a little bit better. There we go. And let's clip that off. Okay, so this is what we have now, and it looks just like that. We've got a little flap up here. We've got these that are cut, and then these little tabs here. Now we're going to go ahead on this right here. We're going to go ahead and round the corners. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody come through the door. Round our corners, just like that. And then you can go ahead and start your folding and burnishing. This cardstock may crack on me. It's really, really old. I've had this cardstock for a long time. I was just looking for a mustard looking cardstock, and I happened to pull out some things that I was going to give my granddaughter's teacher. I always give them a lot of paper and things for their class, and I saw this laying on top, so I went ahead and grabbed it. But I've had some of these papers for a long time. Okay, so we've got all those folded, and now what you're going to do is just bring these up, and as you can see, we're making a box. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and put our mats on. Now these mats are cut at 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, I do believe. Let me make sure. I always like to double check my measurements. 5 3/4 by 2 1/4. So they're cut at 5 3/4 by 2 1/4. And then just always pay attention to your pattern on your paper as to which way your pattern is running and how you want your pattern to show. And I think I want that to go that way because that's going to be the top of my box. This is going to be the back of the box. This will be the bottom. Well, let's see, I like this here. Let me make sure. Okay, if we bring that up, see if that's going to be right side up or upside down. And if you're like me, sometimes you have to look at it for a little bit. Okay, I think that's right side up, so that's going to be the front. So we're going to put that one on like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on before I forget which way it needs to go. And if you don't have a pattern paper, then you don't have to worry about it. But I thought this paper went really well with this cardstock. Just center it up. And then, okay, so that is our front side. And then this will be the top. So we want a pretty one on the top, and I think I want this one on the top. I like that. Okay, so we're going to put this one on the top. And as you can see, I put my box almost together to see if I make it, if I'm putting these together right, because sometimes I put them upside down. If I don't, I forget what I'm doing. I know nobody else out there does that, right? Right. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cute. Okay, now we'll put our end pieces on, and these are cut at 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And I am going to do these this way. Just put it the way that it kind of looks best to me. And now these are ready to come up and go together. So all we need to do, and I think I'm just going to use some adhesive on it, on these. Okay, so then you just need to pull this up and match your corners, just like that. Just like we always do on our boxes. Pull it up, match your corner. And then this is your back part, and you're going to do the same thing. Pull this up, match the corner. So as you can see, we have created a little box. And this box is very sturdy. As I said, that paper was really thick. And then this just goes right down in there, just like that. Oops, there we go. So that is your box. But we're going to do a little bit of embellishing to our box now. We just have a scrap piece of white cardstock. And I have put, let me make sure that it fits. Yes, fits on there. I have put that beautiful on my block, and then this is Versamark ink, the same thing that is in your pen. This has got Versamark in it. And then I'm just going to ink this up really well. But before we put it down on here, we're going to use our powder tool and go over that just to make sure that our embossing powder only sticks where we want it. So let's ink that up very well. My pad looks horrible, I know, but it still works. Okay. And I know you can't see anything right now, but just wait until we put the embossing powder on there. This is what comes in the kit. I think I stuck my finger in that one. There we go. We've got that on there. And then we're going to heat up our tool, and this is going to be loud. So I'm going to cut the sound right here so that it won't blast your ears, but I will let you see just what little time it takes to do this. So go ahead and heat up your tool before you put it to the paper. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It embosses so well. And if you notice, there's no embossing powder anywhere. Uh-oh. I missed a little spot. I want to show you how you can tell you missed a spot. See the top of that? Maybe you can see it. See the top of that F? How dark it looks? That means I didn't heat it enough. Now look at it. That's how you can tell if you get it heated enough. But as I was saying, using your powder tool, you can see that none of the embossing powder went anywhere that we didn't want it. And then I just take my embossing powder. This is just a scrap piece of paper. And then I just put it right back in my container. Put my lid on before I dump it. And then if you have any embossing powder that's spilt on your table, use a lint brush and then just run it across your mat, your table, whatever, and it picks up all of that. Now, since this piece of white cardstock is not very thick, and there is some of this deep, deep blue in there, I'm going to go ahead and mat this on this piece of blue paper, and it'll make it a little bit easier for me to do what I want to do with it. So I'm just going to leave about 1/8 of an inch around the edges, and then I'll just put this in my trimmer and trim it off. Okay, that made it look a lot better. So I think I'm going to put this beautiful right here on the front, and then I think I'm going to put some of those leaves and flowers on the top. And I have colored some of these leaves, just bits and pieces of them. So I just colored a little bit of that one. But if you want to color the entire leaf, let me show you how easy it is. Just take your leaf and press it down on your ink pad, on your Versamark. Once you get it saturated, then just take your embossing powder, pour it on there. And then I just take my tweezers and pick it up. And if you miss a spot, then just dip it in there. So that looks like it's pretty good right there. So let's go ahead and heat that. So look at that, isn't that pretty? Looks like it came that way. So there is one of our leaves. And let's see. I think we'll do a smaller leaf. Let's do this one. So let's just dip it in our embossing powder. So now you just want to hold it and put your heat to it. Two leaves, I think that will be enough. So as you can see, this embossing powder is going to last you for a long time because you continually keep putting it back in. So I'm going to take our little sign that we're going to put on the front, and I'm going to put some sequins on the corners to make it look like the sequins is what's holding it down. And I'm just putting some art glitter glue on here. Then we're going to use our pickup tool. And then we will go ahead and put this on the front. And I am just centering it right there. Whoops. I moved my sequin because it got stuck to my finger. So we'll put that right there. And then for the top, we're going to put down a couple of leaves and then a couple of flowers and then some sequins. My leaves are almost too big for my little box, but I'm going to kind of stuff them up under the flowers and make them look smaller. So I'm heating up my hot glue gun to put these down because it makes it a lot easier. And I don't know if it's hot yet or not. We'll see. Let's see. It may be hot enough to hold them. This makes it just a little bit easier. You don't have to use hot glue. You can use something else. This just makes it quicker and easier. And then for the flowers, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little dollop in the center. I'm going to put it right down there. And I'm not going to press them down really hard. Another little dollop in there. And we'll put this one right here. And then we're going to take our, I'm going to put just a little drop of hot glue right in the center of each one of these. And we're going to take our sequins and hopefully we're going to set these sequins down right in the middle and they're going to stick, hopefully. There we go. I have to turn them over. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Put our sequins right there. And I feel like I need a third flower. You know how that is when you, everything's got to be in threes. I feel like there needs to be a third flower on here. Now we're going to lift these petals, and that just makes our flower look a little bit more real and it doesn't look so flat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Nouveau Jewel Drops, and this is in Strawberry Coulis, C-O-U-L-I-S, Coulis, and it matches that color right there really pretty. And I'm just going to tip the edges of my flowers just to kind of tone down the white and kind of make them blend in a little bit more with the paper, the background paper. And see, that kind of makes a difference, makes it blend a little bit better. And then, of course, just because I can't stop, I am going to put a little bit of this on the center of the flowers because I think it's pretty. And I'll probably put some right here in the center of these. And that's going to stay really puffy because it's got a self-leveling agent in it, and it keeps it like a three-dimensional effect. So I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. And I think that's all I'm going to do. And that is a beautiful little gift box that you could give a friend, put whatever in there. Let's see if I can open it without making a mess. There we go. You can put lots of things in there. This is, let's see what size this is now that it is done. It is 6 inches by a little over 2.5 inches. So that's a good size box. And just remember to make it out of a really heavy duty cardstock, and you won't have to worry about it being collapsing on you or anything like that, and you can put some substantial items in there. I think some lotions and some lip gloss and things like that would look beautiful in here. Okay guys, that is it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And like I said, if you want one of these kits, I think we have 6 or 7 left, and I will leave the direct link down below. Go over and grab yours now. And we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.